everybody, so welcome back to my channel. Hopefully you guys are all doing well and staying healthy. So for today I'm going to be making bacon jam. I know, super random, but I decided to look through our fridge and pantry and figure out what I could make with the ingredients that we had. But before I get started, and so reminder again, the purpose of this channel is to help inspire you guys and others who are watching to take up that new hobby or try something new. It doesn't have to be cooking, but if you are interested in learning how to cook, these recipes that I'm making hopefully will motivate you to make something as well and learn to make it. So my last video was making dalgona coffee. I actually made it for the second time and it actually came out so much better the second time around. Definitely use the electric mixer. Just don't even do it manually. One, it saves so much time. I made it in like 5 minutes and the result is absolutely beautiful. I mean, check out this picture. I mean, isn't it amazing? It was just too beautiful to drink, but still tasted awesome. But yeah, if you want it to look better and save you time, definitely use the electric mixer. So going back to bacon jam, honestly, I've never made this before. I don't quite remember if I've actually tasted it, but I was just browsing through some recipes and figuring out what to make next. And so bacon jam can essentially be used for many different things, such as Brussels sprouts. So I'll teach you guys how to make Brussels sprouts in another video in terms of roasting Brussels sprouts. And you could do grilled cheese sandwich with a spread of bacon jam, or essentially anything that you think would go well with it. And then I've attached a recipe. And feel free to, again, pause the video throughout if you need to grab stuff, so then that way we can cook together. Remember, because we're all in this together. If you watch High School Musical, you know what I'm talking about. If not, hey, maybe it's a good time for you to now watch what that movie is just a classic that you need to watch, and they sing that song. But anyway, side note, now let's get cooking. Shall we? So let me go through real quickly what the ingredients you need are. Since it's not as easy as the dalgona coffee, there's definitely way more ingredients. And don't worry, don't need to memorize anything. I will be attaching the recipe so you guys can take a look. So first, we have maple syrup, and then apple cider vinegar. Of course, the main ingredient, bacon, black pepper, brown sugar, dark brown sugar, not light brown sugar, ground cumin, and then I'm choosing to use Himalayan salt, which is pink. You can use regular salt, kosher salt, doesn't matter. 4 cloves of garlic and some cayenne, and the recipe calls for 1 yellow onion. However, I'm just gonna use what I have, which is half an onion. It doesn't really make a difference if you want to cut things out or, you know, add more things. Feel free to experiment. Remember, cooking is all about trial and error. So those are the ingredients. Again, I'll be attaching the recipes so you guys can go ahead and look. So let's get started by go ahead and cutting the onion into some finely cut pieces, the cloves into minced form, and cutting the bacon into about 1 inch of slices. Okay? Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and tie my hair so that way I don't get hair into all the food. Okay, so let's get started. You know, I'm gonna actually cut the bacon first, since we have to go ahead and because you want it to be very crisp, and then we're gonna leave that aside, and then we're gonna cook the onions and garlic in the used bacon oil, or the grease I should say. And by the way, I hope you guys are washing your hands before you start cooking, because again, we're trying to prevent getting sick. So, and honestly, you should get in the habit of washing your hands before cooking anyways. Ooh, it's so slimy. Alright, so let's see. Alright, so we have bacon strips, and we're gonna go ahead and cut all of these into about 1/2 inch. So, sorry, 1 inch, my bad. I'm just gonna do it like about, I would say like, kind of like that, okay? And be careful, don't cut your fingers, okay? If you're new to cutting things, just take your time, okay? Because honestly, the last thing you need is to go to the doctors because you cut a finger or something. Okay, so strange fact, but honestly, I don't think I remember the last time I had like bacon strips. Yeah, I know, crazy, right? I think probably it's been a couple years since I've had bacon. But we had some lying around, gotta make use of it, so here I am making bacon jam. Alright, so this is taking forever. I'm getting a little impatient, so I'm just gonna put like strips together and just cut it because efficiency. Okay. Alright, final piece. Alright, so we finished cutting all the bacon, so just gonna leave that in there. Alright, so we got all the bacon cut up already. So now on medium heat, we're gonna go ahead and cook these little suckers. Okay, I'm gonna turn on this. It's gonna be a little loud. Make it bigger or less, it doesn't matter. Eventually it will all come together. And by the way, this is a long process. I'm hoping this will taste good, but again, this is my first time, so. Alright, so while the bacon is cooking in the background, let's go ahead and chop the onion and garlic cloves. So let's cut the cloves first. That way I'm not crying. So first, usually it already has some covering over it. So first you want to go ahead and smash like that. And that way you kind of peel away the covering. Didn't slam it hard enough. Sorry, I gotta check in periodically, that way I don't burn the bacon. So go ahead and smash. Alright, so once you've done peeling with all the garlic peels, you wanna go ahead and chop away at the ends or any parts that are not good. Alright, so we're gonna chop these together. So just
And remember, mince means like really tiny pieces.
So just so you can see, this is what minced garlic should look like, okay?
Okay, so now that we've already minced the garlic, we're going to go ahead and just put it away in this little cup for now, so then we can cut the onions. Alright, here we go. So same thing, peel away at the shell of the onion. Throw away everything here. Alright, so just peel enough where all the bad is gone. And so I'm just left. Mine is really bad, but so for this you want to cut it so it's pretty chopped. So there's like some of this like green in here, as you can see. I'm gonna remove that. Alright, woohoo! I didn't cry. Alright, so I'm gonna transfer it over in here. I don't know why I'm using cups, but whatever.
And so this is what the chopped onion should kind of look like. I know it's not perfect, just, you know, estimate the size as long as it's chopped. Don't worry, once we start cooking it, if you don't like onions, it will shrink. It's just supposed to bring flavor. So just trust the process. Just cut it to something kind of like of this size, okay? Alright, so it looks like our bacon is pretty crispy now. So progress there. Let's go ahead and turn it off. So now you want to go ahead and remove this bacon so then it can go ahead and dry. And I'm going to transfer it over here so then the paper towel can absorb the grease and oil. So go ahead and transfer. So there's our bacon. It has definitely shrunk from those big slices earlier. So we're gonna just let this sit now, so that it can, so the paper towel can absorb all the oil. And wow, look how much grease there is. So we're actually gonna save this so then we can we're going to cook the onions and garlic in this. And then add all the other ingredients.
Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and measure the other ingredients to get that prepared, so then once we start cooking and putting everything together, we can just toss everything and not have to get interrupted by measuring. So first, grab that apple cider vinegar, and we're gonna go ahead and measure out a 1/3 cup. So go ahead and grab your measuring cup. So here's a 1/3 cup, and pour it in here, okay? And then, oh yeah, these are used for liquids. If you've never cooked before, just to get down to the basics. So our other liquid would be the maple syrup, which calls for half a cup of this. Oh, yeah, good idea to go ahead and open the seal before pouring. Duh. Half a cup. Here we go. Be sure to measure slowly because so let's do cayenne. So this calls for half a teaspoon. All right, so half a teaspoon. So usually when it comes to this, you can usually open the lid so that way you can actually measure. So go ahead and measure half a teaspoon. Making sure it's correct. Okay. Where did I put that little sucker? Yeah, here it is. Ground cumin. Ooh, that smell is strong. Ooh. Salt. So again, I'm using Himalayan salt. And don't mess up teaspoon from tablespoon. TSP is teaspoon and TBSP is tablespoon. Definitely don't want it to be too salty. All right. The black pepper. Alright, well, it looks like I can't exactly take this out because it's a grinder, so I will just eyeball it. But for those of you who actually can measure it, just measure it, okay? Alright, so done measuring. So here's all the ingredients measured out. Alright, so I have turned it back on, but now we're going to place it under a low simmer. I'm going to wait for this to warm up a bit, and then we're going to put in the chopped up onions and garlic. So, wait for that to sizzle. And so just check to see if the oil is sizzling or not. Usually like sprinkle some water. No difference yet. So spray in some water. Okay, you kind of hear it sizzling, so that means it's become hot. So here is the garlic. Let's go ahead and put that in. And we're gonna put in alright, so let that cook until it gets golden brown. Okay, so is it just me, or does this kind of look like applesauce to you? I mean, of course not the consistency, but like the specks from the bacon kind of look like cinnamon, and then the onions kind of look like apple slices cut very small. I don't know, might be just me. What do you guys think? So it's not quite dark brown yet, but it is is starting to smell very good. So something I've learned, and if this is like the first time that you're cooking, don't directly sniff the food, okay? So you're supposed to follow this technique just like you learn in chemistry class. If you've ever taken chemistry, you know what I'm talking about. You're not supposed to directly smell the tubes that you're working with, so just like cooking, you just whiff the smell, and that's enough. By, you know, diffusion, concentration from high to low, it will come to your nose and you will smell it, so no need to directly smell over it, okay? So, just whip it, okay? And so we're trying to get that consistency where the onions become very soft and dark brown. And the recipe does say it's going to take about 70 to 80 minutes. Yes, I know, very long time. For it to get to that consistency. I know it takes a lot of patience, but cooking takes patience. Trust me, hang in there. It'll be all worth it, okay? So we'll come back to this and check how it seems, how consistent it becomes. I'm sorry. My words are, I'm like slurring my words. But yes, it will take about 70 to 80 minutes and we'll come back to it and we're going to go ahead and do some other things, okay? So there's that last one. Okay, so we've definitely gotten to that consistency where it's become like golden brown, and so we're going to go ahead and add the other ingredients. Alright, so now it calls for adding the apple cider vinegar, so we're going to add that. Be careful, don't burn yourself, okay? Ooh, oh my gosh, it just turned so brown. This is so cool. Okay, I can definitely smell the apple cider vinegar. Wow. Okay, so it says to kind of let it cook for about 10 minutes until most of the fluid or liquid has like evaporated, and then we'll go ahead and add the other ingredients to it. But wow, it's become very dark. Okay, we'll come back to it. Alright, so it looks like the liquid has reduced to about half. So now we'll go ahead and add the other ingredients. It looks like burn, but this is actually the color it's supposed to look like, at least according to the picture video. So here's our maple syrup. We've got our cumin. Our cayenne. Salt. This is pink. This is Himalayan salt. Our peppers. So we've added all our dry ingredients. It's definitely becoming a lot thicker. And then don't forget, of course, to add in our bacon bits. Alright, so mix that in. Alright, so you're gonna let this keep cooking until you've reached a jam-like texture. And then we're gonna go ahead and put this in the food processor to kind of like puree it. And then we refrigerate until it needs to be used. Alright, so we'll let this sit and cook. Alright, so we've reached more of a jam consistency, which is what you're trying to get. As you can see, it's definitely broken down more. So now we're just gonna let it cool down for about 5 to 10 minutes. And then we're gonna transfer this into a food processor, and then most of the work is pretty much done. All right, so now we're coming back, and this has already cooled for about 5 to 10 minutes. Actually, disclaimer, it's important that you actually transfer the jam-like consistency from the pan to something else. And actually, this is my second batch because I accidentally burned my first one. I know. Wow, I sound stupid for saying that, but hey, this is a learning experience. Remember, sometimes the first time around things don't go well. Actually, everything was going very well for me, but then I accidentally, even though I turned off the heat from the pan, I left it there to cool, but because it was a steel pan, it kept cooking. So when I came back, it was basically black candy, burnt candy. And so I made another batch, came out much better. And so now that it's cooled, we're gonna go ahead and use the food processor so we can get that more jam-like consistency, because right now there's like a lot of bacon bits. So go ahead and mix quick. Ugh. Also, there are different buttons here, and we're going to use the pulse button here, okay? Okay, and also I've never used a food processor. This is so that it will be a first. All right, so let's transfer this. Okay. Here goes nothing. Oh. Alright, so this is the consistency that you kind of want it to be, so it's jam-like. I know it doesn't look visually appealing, but once we try it, I'm sure it'll taste good. It does smell very good though, so yay! Alright, let's transfer to an airtight. So here's my airtight container. That's just so you can preserve it if you're not going to eat it. Okay. All right. So if you can see it, that's what it looks like. Okay. Alright, so go ahead and unplug it. And so I'm grabbing the Brussels sprouts from last time. Let me just wash my hands real quick. Alright, so here's the Brussels sprouts again. And let's go ahead and add our bacon jam to it.
looks like. And alright, so let's go ahead and try. Alright, so let's get one. Bon appetit. It's really good. I'm sure it tastes even better if the Brussels sprouts were just right out of the oven, right and crisp. And yeah, it's a sweet jam. It tastes very sweet, like a hickory type of jam, using the right words. But yeah, so it tastes good with Brussels sprouts. In one of the next coming videos, sometime this week, I will make some form of grilled cheese and put the bacon jam on it to make use of all this bacon jam that I have. So go ahead and put what you made in the airtight container, and then you're going to refrigerate it until you're going to eat it. Perfect. Well, thank you so much for watching. Till next time. Bye.